Hey everybody, it's Friday. It's a little after 1 o'clock. Sorry about that. It's a busy day here, lots of work to do. So it's Cinco de Mayo. Hola for our Cinco de Mayo friends. So we're going to do street tacos, but a different kind of street taco. So we're going to do street tacos with cauliflower tortillas, with Korean chicken, pickled vegetables, and mango. How about that? Maybe a little cheese. So we're going to mash up everything, all the favorite things that we have to make street tacos. That's Archie ringing the bell to go outside, but it's pouring rain out, and I know he doesn't really want to go. He's just freaking out a little bit. So let's get started. We'll start with the easy things. So as most of you know, Jen and I and the kids were in Puerto Rico a couple weeks ago, and I found these. These are Goya pink beans in sauce. You can find them in the grocery store. You have to hunt around. They're not just regular beans. These make the best refried like beans and rice you've ever seen. And then you doctor them up with a little bit of Goya tomato sauce that has Spanish style. So it's got onions and peppers and all sorts of fun stuff in it. A little cilantro. And I'm not usually a cilantro fan, but it works in here. So that's all here in a pot. So that's just beans and sauce, and we're just going to mash it because it's going to be a little mashed bean base, right? I did this when we were in Vieques one day. We had leftover chicken that I grilled one night and rice and beans, and I mashed up the beans and put it on big sandwiches. So like mashed beans and chicken and shredded cabbage, and it
was good.
It was good. Everybody ate it. We went to the beach that day. Next thing I'm going to do is some pickled vegetables. So this, and I've done this before, right? So this is just white vinegar with a little bit of salt. Usually you can use sugar. I'm just going to put a squeeze of stevia in there, liquid stevia.
How much white vinegar?
Oh, I don't know. Just enough to cover the vegetables when you do them. So
do you want to go open the door for him so that the bell stops ringing?
Yes, I will. Open the door for the dog. Hold on a second. He's not going to go outside.
No, but at least
pouring rain.
At least the bell will stop ringing.
It's pouring rain. So that's vinegar brine going over there. Let's start with the tortillas too, so because they have to get in the oven and cook, right?
What's that exactly?
So this is cauliflower put through the food processor, right? Then microwaved for like 3 minutes, okay. Just to cook it down a little bit. The most important thing is you take a clean dish towel, you spill half of it on the floor like I just did. You get a little bit of cauliflower stem out there. You got to wrap it all up, and then I have to go put my muscles to work because you have to squeeze. This is like full of liquid, right? It's cauliflower. It's really liquidy. If you don't squeeze out as much liquid as you can, and I cooked this a couple of minutes ago, so it's not blistering hot on my hands. But if you don't squeeze out all the liquid, the tortillas will never come together. This is the same if you're making like cauliflower pizza crust. Mm-hmm. The same basic recipe. So that's like a quarter of a head of cauliflower. That was a big head of cauliflower. So a regular size head of cauliflower would probably be a half of a head.
So you cooked it?
So put it in the food processor, ground it down so it was like cauliflower rice, a little smaller. Put it in a bowl, put it in the microwave for 3 minutes.
Okay.
Right, just so it's a little bit cooked through, and then the most important part, squeeze out all the water, and then that goes in a bowl, right? And all of a sudden, your cauliflower, if you feel it, it kind of already starts to stick together a little bit, right? That's all you need. You should get a little milk. Put that away. So then to this, you add 2 eggs. 1, 2. Pepper, salt, a little dash of salt. You don't want too much salt because it'll pull the water out of the cauliflower, and that'll make everything mushy. Salt and pepper. You can add at this stage, you can add anything you like. So if you want to add chili pepper, you add chili pepper. Cumin, any spice that you like, a little chipotle, make it hot, will work. And then you get a wooden spoon, you beat up the eggs, you mix it together. It's like making pie dough or whatever, or just regular bread dough, right? You just mix up the eggs and the cauliflower, salt and pepper, and then over this way, I'll move all my friends
What
over.
what should the consistency be? You just mix it
It's-
till it's all
You mix it till
mixed.
it's mixed, right? So it's pretty forgiving stuff. So this is kind of, if it's a little wet in my hand,
Yep,
but it'll hold together,
gotcha.
right? So then, just gonna make 4 little blobs, and probably have extra.
How do you know when you haven't squeezed enough water out of it?
How do you know? You just squeeze until you can't get any more water out until your hands hurt.
Gotcha.
That's my recommendation. I mean,
Okay.
you'll never get all the water out. It's cauliflower. It's a naturally wet vegetable. So look, we make 4 little mounds of cauliflower. Oh, that was a shorter one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that one's a little small. There
4
you go.
little mounds.
All right, 4
and this
mounds.
is okay. So this is cooked a baking sheet and
Little
parchment paper,
Parchment paper.
right? And then it's arts and crafts time. You pat these out so they're, 1/8 of an inch thick, so they hold together. You don't want them too thin, or they'll bust apart on you when you try to eat them.
Yep.
But how many times have I made you cauliflower tortillas?
A lot. They're good. We do a lot with cauliflower. Jess Schamberg would like to know if they freeze well.
I've never tried to freeze them. My guess would be not really.
No.
I would just, these went together in 5 minutes, and then this is a hot, it's on 500 degrees. It should probably be about 375, but I forgot to turn the oven on before we started, so.
Little things. Little things.
It's a little hotter. We're improvising, but that's kind of what we do, and I need a towel. So we got that. We'll make some pickled vegetables in a second. Let's do the chicken. Hold on, I gotta go behind you.
Okay. There's the stove. We got our vinegar going over there.
The vinegar's done. We'll just put a little salt and stevia. All right, so why did I go in the freezer behind you? Because so we got a chicken breast, right? To do Korean chicken tacos.
Yeah.
But I want to get the chicken really, really thin, and so I stuck it in the freezer for like 10 minutes,
So it's
just to get it
a little bit firmer.
cold and firm, and then
Cut it in
cut it in
half.
half. And I'm taking each half.
It's not as easy as it is for you, for most people.
Yes, I know.
Like me.
And doing is really, really thin little slices. So if this was chicken thigh, which
Yep.
we use a lot, I wouldn't have to be so careful in trying to get it thin. Because it's chicken breast and has basically 0 fat in it, it's going to cook really fast, but it's also going to dry out really fast. So I need it to be small so it cooks quickly. I can get it out of the pan. Chicken thigh, which we love, has got a higher fat content, but it's also very forgiving. So you could put chicken thighs in the pan and leave them for an hour, and they'll never dry out, which is why we like to do them in the crock pot or whatever. So just 1 chicken breast for the 2 of us. Like I said, we've got to go to Sammy won the Trax Award at school, which means he's like student of the month for kindergarten, so we have to go there in a little bit. My mom's stopping by tonight, so we'll have to do something for dinner for her. Hi, Mom. I know you're not watching.
She'll watch later.
So we just need a little afternoon snack to get us through the rest of the day and the conference calls. And like I said, it's been busy around here, so
It has been
we
busy
don't
around
want to take
here.
too much
I
time.
think it's been busy around everywhere. It's just that time of year.
Marnie, bag it. I'm going to wash my hands with soap. Excuse my back for 1 second.
Archie's waiting for food, as always.
Archie is on the floor waiting for food. All right,
That's his Tony makes lunch position.
spot, right?
Yeah.
So our tortillas are in. Got a pan here on medium heat. And we give it a little squirt of olive oil,
Olive oil, vinegar.
vinegar, and then we're going to throw our chicken right in. Just let that go.
Yeah.
I'm going to wash my other hand. So just touch the chicken once again. Wash them twice, Marnie.
I don't think she's on, but I'm imagining she'll watch later and be proud of you.
Okay. So we're just going to let the chicken go, all right? Give it a little toss so it doesn't stick too much.
Yeah.
Now I said Korean chicken, so this is gochujang, right? Korean fermented hot chili paste. It's like the greatest thing ever. It's
Yummy.
sweet. It's sweecy. That's sweet and spicy together is sweecy. It's sweecy and spicy and really thick. You don't need a ton. It's good. And salty, right? So I can't just put this sticky stuff on that chicken. It will stick and burn, and it won't taste good.
A mess.
Right. So I get my trusty rice wine vinegar, light, fresh. A little bit of that, and then since we love it
Some
so much,
lime. Yummy yum.
some fresh lime juice.
I think we gotta clean that drawer.
And we do have to clean that drawer. Did you see inside the drawer?
A little bit.
All right, sorry about that.
It's a mess. That's okay.
Gochujang, or gochujang,
Rice wine vinegar and a little
rice
fresh
wine
lime.
vinegar, and a little fresh lime, and then a whisk, just to loosen it up. Because I'm going to pour it over the chicken, and when the chicken's almost cooked, to make like a glaze.
Yep.
But it, like I said, it won't work as a glaze unless you break it down a little bit, and then you can give it a little taste.
How's it?
It's really good.
I'm gonna taste it too.
It's like sweet and spicy, and now tangy as well.
Oh yeah,
Right.
that's good.
So we
It's
got
not
our mashed
crazy spicy
beans.
either.
Right?
Mashed beans. So I'm going to show the crowd again what we used here.
Rosas guisadas.
So these are the beans that we found in Vieques that were so good, and he prepped them with a little bit of that, and then squished them up a little bit.
So good that
This
the
little-
kids
this
actually
little
eat rice and
doodad.
beans every day. Right?
Yeah, the kids loved it.
And asked for them when we got home, and I wasn't sure I was going to be able to find those when I got home, but I did. It was the best $1.09 a can that I think I've ever spent. But, you know, sometimes cans are good. So that's a sweet
Onion.
Vidalia onion. Ooh, so we need a little fresh pickle. So that's going to be somewhat thinly sliced. And I know people get afraid of raw onion, but it could be a delicious thing. So a little bit of onion. And then part of an English cucumber that we're going to do as thinly as we can and try not to lose them all on the floor. You need me to move that so you can see better.
What? No, we're good. Oh, they're flying
They
all over
roll
the
away.
place.
The ones that roll away, Archie gets.
Archie likes cucumbers. Right, Arch? You want one, Archie? You want one, buddy? Come here. Come here. Oh, delicious.
Right, so cucumber, onion, these are going to be our little, I think every good taco needs a little bit of like acidy sweet on top.
Yep.
So that's the pickle brine. See, you asked me how much, it's like enough to cover. I don't,
Enough to cover.
enough to cover. And that's just, again, white
That's probably about
vinegar.
a third of one of those English cucumbers, right?
Yeah,
Maybe a
not
little
even.
bit less.
Right, with a big white onion underneath.
Yep.
We'll just let that sit with a little salt, and a little sweet. We're gonna come over here, we're gonna mangle up our chicken. So here's our chicken. I'll even add salt and pepper to it because that gochujang is so spicy and really salty because it's basically a fermented pepper paste. So it's gonna be really spicy, but turn that up a little bit, get that cooking. And then let's do a little mango. Oh, I'm gonna check these.
Are they done?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Maybe another minute or two.
Still working?
All right, so how do you cut a mango? It looks awesome, right? All right, so let's examine the fruit. What does it tell you? Because of its shape, don't cut it this way. There's a big pit that runs basically the same shape. So each side has a cheek, and then there's a little stripe around the middle. I'll show you. Right, so find the stem. You can like put the stem there. There's a little flat spot. Let it flat. Don't go directly in the middle. I'll run into a pit. So you go a little bit off to the side, and I still hit the pit. But if I twist my knife, I can get around the pit. You
Okay.
take a mango cheek off. Now, when the kids are home, you take your knife. You carefully don't go through all the way so you slice your hand open.
Yes, please don't.
Right? And you
Yes,
cut-
this is our kids, one of their favorite snacks.
You cut a little crosshatch,
Pop it right out.
and you turn it over, and you got
Hooray.
mango hedgehog. Right?
There it is. Yeah.
You can also take this, take your knife, and go like that. Take these off, and then you've got chopped mango to put on top of our little Korean taco, except I mangled it and kept some skin. So at Marie and Joey, whose house we were at Vieques, my sister and brother-in-law, their friends who live next door have a mango tree in their yard, and unfortunately it wasn't mango season, but this thing had to be 30 feet tall and had to have 10,000 mangoes hanging off the branches. And I think we just need to book our next trip back
have to go back
when
they're
mangoes are in season, because I'll just sit under a mango tree and eat all day. So like a little chopped mango, I'll do the other side. We'll do the other side differently, right? So again, there's the center. I want to be a little off center. And you got a mango cheek. And then you've got the pits here. And then you can take all this off of here like this. It's the other treat that the kids get, right?
Tara, stretch. What time is it there, Tara?
She in London?
Yeah, well,
In
over in the
England?
UK.
Right, so this side here, you can also just take a spoon. There's a mango trick that you do on the side of a cup that I'm not really good at. You can just take a spoon and run it around the edge.
Same trick as avocado,
Same trick
right?
as avocado. Very similar to avocado. Poop.
That's easy.
There's your mango.
That's
And then
easy.
again,
Oh, it's only 6, I guess, so you're what, 5 hours ahead of us. Okay, 6 o'clock there,
Right.
where Tara is. So almost dinner time on Cinco de Mayo.
you
Over
can
there.
slice up a little mango like that. Right? Eat a little piece.
Yeah, I want
Looks
one.
delicious.
Wait, I want
Go
one.
ahead. Oops. Archie's getting a piece.
You want me?
Look, I'm just going to put a little bit of
lime?
Juice on it, just to give a little bit of acidic bite.
Nice.
Nice. All right.
What's next?
Chicken's almost done, right? Jump down in the pan. It's almost all the way cooked through. Give it a toss. Gochujang and rice wine vinegar and lime. Put that right over the top. There you go, that's Korean
Yeah.
barbecue chicken.
So how long does that cook like that? Do you need to cover it or anything? You just
Nope,
leave it?
just leave it. And if it stays uncovered, then the sauce will thicken up a little bit.
Okay.
It was almost cooked through, so this needs like another minute or so.
Okay.
And then we'll go check the
We got our beans going. We got our
beans going.
pickled cucumbers and onions. We got our mango, cauliflower tortillas coming out of the oven.
Cauliflower tortillas. So look, they work. Here's what I can do. So, hey, that was ground cauliflower. I can pick it up. Yes, Ken Carlson, I need potholders. But you can pick these up. I'm just going to flip them over. I'm going to put them back in for just 1 minute. I just want this side. It's because of the steam. It's a little wet on this side. So
Yep.
I'm gonna pop that
In
back
which case, a hot oven's probably not a bad thing.
No, hot oven is not a bad thing. Do you want a little sheep feta on top?
Do I want a little sheep
you want a
feta
little
on
feta?
top? Come on
It's
now.
like asking.
Oh, so good. Yes, please.
You get out some plates. Hopefully I have clean ones. We'll get rid of
We
it.
should have at least 2 in there. So it is the end of the week, so
It is the end of the week. You never know what you're going to
Oy.
find. I'll put a drawer in this house.
weekends are cleanup time.
Alright, so I don't want this to cook too long, otherwise it's going to start to burn. But, like I said, the chicken was cut up nice and thin, so it's going to go really, really fast.
Yum, it smells so good.
And the tortillas should be done by now. I don't believe we actually had time to do these.
Huh?
I said, I don't believe we actually had time to make the tortillas. 'Cause it was honest, hand to the sky, it was like 2 minutes before we went live and I realized I hadn't turned the oven on.
Turn the oven on.
So it was a little bit of panic mode, but there you go.
Those. Look at those. Just cauliflower.
Just
Folks.
cauliflower,
Cauliflower,
a little egg,
eggs, salt and pepper.
So we'll just do one each for now, right?
Sure.
So,
And then I'll make another one.
and then we'll make another one later. Couple of spoons. So these are the beans. We're mixing up cuisines, but it's Cinco de Mayo, so we're allowed to do that, right? Mm-hmm. We have the freedom to do whatever we want. Eat what you like.
Whatever we want, whenever we want.
So,
as long as it tastes good.
Those are just little mashed up beans from Beans and Rice. Mm-hmm. A little bit of Korean, spicy, sweet, unctuous, fermented Korean chicken.
So good.
All right.
I think that one needs another piece of chicken. That one got more.
Which one got more?
This one did.
So this one needs another piece. There you go.
It's got to be fair. Or you give me the big one.
I'll give you the big one.
Onions. So how long would you say, if you want to do a quick pickle like that, how long do you think it needs to be in the vinegar?
Like, if the vinegar was boiling, it's instant. This vinegar was just hot. So it took it like...
It's been in there probably like less than 10 minutes.
Less than 10 minutes. Tastes like a pickle.
Okay. Yum. We love pickles around here.
A little bit of mango.
Yummy,
Happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody. We're going to go eat.
We just need a margarita.
We need a margarita.
If we weren't going to
Sammy's
school, maybe.
Maybe have a margarita. Maybe later.
Thanks,
Happy Tony Makes Lunch. Happy
We'll
Friday.
see you next week. Happy Cinco de Mayo.